Well, this feels a little bit weird, doesn't it? I feel like I need to insert some sort of sound effects of crickets chirping or something. In fact, I might actually do that just because I don't really know where to start. I mean, my last proper video on this channel was when I moved over to the UK back in March. It is now, what are we? It's the start of November. In fact, the day that I'm filming this, it is the 3rd of November. I don't actually know when this video is going to come up because I'm going to be speaking about things in this video that are still very much within the process of happening and are things that I'm not 100% comfortable officially announcing online yet. But I thought, you know what, I really just want to sit down and chat about this and cover it in the moment while it's happening rather than wait and speak about it in retrospect when things have passed by a little bit. And I always think, this is what I'm telling my clients literally every day at the minute, when it comes to anything you want to do in life that you're overthinking, like me bringing back my YouTube channel, don't think, just do. And now for some things in life, this is the worst advice I could ever give anyone. Don't think, just do. Like, how useless. But in this particular occasion, and I think when it's a hobby that you want to pursue, or if it's a workout you want to do, don't think, just do. So I am living that principle today. I'm here, I'm gonna chat, I'm gonna try and keep it brief, but we all know that I have a tendency to ramble. I mean, that's probably why you're here. Also, I need to address the elephant in the room. I've been pretty unwell, hence my voice sounds a little bit like this. I look a little bit worse for wear. I actually put an effort in my appearance today because I thought, fake it until you make it, Amy. Make yourself look a little bit better so you can feel a little bit better. Still don't look great. Still don't feel great, but you know, the show goes on. Anyway, let's get into the meat. I must also mention that because I haven't got myself a better tripod yet, I still just got one of those Gorilla tripods, which aren't the best when you need something at like a certain level. This camera's resting on my kettle. And so that's why when things go a bit jolty, the camera might move. Also, I'm sat on a fitness ball and I'm gonna try really hard not to bounce up and down, but it's a challenge. I'm gonna tell a little story here. When I moved over to England from Australia back in March, I finished up my online coaching business. I thought, you know what? I just think this chapter of my life is done now and I'm ready to get to the UK and see what life has in store for me there. And I was planning not to go back into the fitness industry whatsoever, which in retrospect, I think I've already used that word, was probably a poor decision because I am very, very qualified in the position that I'm in. You know, I did a degree in exercise science. I've worked as a personal trainer and an online coach for 7 years now. Very qualified. So for me to just think, I'm not gonna do that anymore, probably a bit stupid. But when I first moved here, the first week I went to a coffee store in town. So I'm currently living in Sheffield for some clarification. And this coffee store, I'm just gonna go out and say it, was called Tampa. Very, very good coffee, I must add. So I went in there and I thought, you know what? This coffee is amazing. In fact, I'm gonna insert a picture of my exact moment and my exact response to trying that coffee because it was so good. It's the only Australian style coffee I've had outside of Australia. The rest of it kind of sucks here. So I had that and I got chatting with one of the workers there who was from New Zealand, I think. And they were looking for baristas. And I was like, well, you know, this is something I've always fallen back on. I got into cafe work when I was 14. I'd been working as a barista all throughout the world for a long time. And it's something that I've always enjoyed. It's always my passion to make wonderful coffee and to create an environment where people are safe and calm and they can drink coffee and enjoy themselves. So I thought that, yep, let's get back into this. And so I spoke to the owner of the cafe and she was saying like, yep, we need someone basically that can glue the team together and that can be a head barista and have a head barista role and look after everyone. And I was like, this is perfect for me. I work better as a leader. I'm very organized. I'm very structured in how I do things. And I'm a little bit older now. And so, you know, my days of just being a barista, they're kind of gone. But if I could be in a role where I could lead and direct and organize, this is a bit better. So I went up to Manchester I don't know where I am geographically. I went to Manchester and I did some training there. I spoke to the other co-owner. So one of the owners was from the UK, but the other co-owner in Manchester was from New Zealand. So we had a lot of like common interests and things, and I did some training and it was all going really, really well. And they said, yep, we like you. We want to offer you this job. We think you'd be really good. And I thought, cool. But at the sort of same time, I had gone into this gym in Sheffield and I thought, this gym's pretty good. And I had trained there a few times and I thought, oh no, this is quite a problem, isn't it? Because I was welcomed from the get-go. You know, it became like a little home for me. And I just kept thinking, I don't think my journey is over yet. I think that there are still so many people in this world that I can help through this means of doing so, and not just through making them a pretty coffee, if you know what I mean. When I got offered the job as head barista at the cafe, and I got told my salary, now I know that the rate of pay in the UK, sorry, is a bit lower, but I wasn't expecting that. I'm not gonna say the amount, like if you really wanna know, message me and I'll be happy to tell you, but it was low. And so I thought, I'm gonna throw away all of my years of experience and working for myself and everything that entails for this pay rate to work in town, and that was gonna be expensive because I was gonna have to commute via public transport and it was going to be long. This was also at the same time that I was in talks with one of the managers from the gym about potentially coming on board as a personal trainer, and my heart just knew. My heart just knew exactly where to go from there. So I felt really bad because I was about a week or so away from starting at the cafe, and I had to say, sorry, I've been called in another direction, because that's what life does to us. It pulls and it calls us into different directions, and sometimes we've just got to listen. That was me listening. So I started working at this gym, and if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, you'll know this gym. I love it. It's still a very, very good gym. I went back to personal training, which is something I hadn't done probably for about a year and a half, because when I was living back in my hometown of Adelaide and I'd moved back there from Brisbane, I was doing solely online coaching, because during COVID, it just would have been a nightmare to have been a personal trainer. But since being in England, it's amazing. It's like COVID doesn't exist anymore. Obviously, like, people still get it, but you don't have to wear masks, and it's so different. So I felt ready to be in a place where I could PT again without the constant worry of that. Funnily enough, on the first day I was meant to start on the gym floor, I got COVID. So I actually couldn't work the first week, which was frustrating, but life happens. I have been sort of trucking away since then. So since about early March, I want to say, working as a personal trainer for this gym. And I've built up a really good client base, but I made the decision, what day are we on? Thursday. I made the decision early on this week and kind of late last week. Actually, this all probably started a few weeks ago when I handed in my notice. Something had to give. You know, I was being spread so thin, and I've done this many a time in the past. My way of doing things is to just bite off more than I can chew. And it's getting to the stage now where I'm a bit older, and considering everything I've been through in my life, which I'm sure I'll go into in further videos, and I've been into it quite a lot in past videos, I can't handle the amount of mental and physical stress that maybe Joe down the road can, if you know what I mean. So I was like, something has to give, because I'm not okay. I was constantly on the go. I'm not slowing down. That was just too much. And you know, I moved here nearly 8 months ago, and apart from building some really great friendships and connections and memories at this gym, I haven't really done anything else. I have barely left those walls. You know, I would always joke that the gym was my first home, this was my second home, because I spend so much time there. At least once a day, people were saying, do you ever leave? Like, it was getting that intense. And I really had to sit back and shed a few tears and think something has to give, because I don't feel well. So I handed in my notice, and my online business has been going fantastically. And I think more and more I'm realizing that that is where I thrive, and that is where my space in this world lies, to be able to help people at that capacity. And it goes so much more beyond what you see on a gym floor, or what I can do on a gym floor. My style of online coaching is so hands-on and so dynamic and so well-rounded. It feels like my gift. It feels like my calling. And sometimes, like I said before, with the whole coffee shop situation, you have to listen to those callings. And I'm gonna pause this for a second because I'm gonna go have a drink and a really big cough. Okay, I'm back and I'm flagging. I think you can see it from my face. I keep thinking, nah, I'm all right. I'm not that ill. And then I cough, and then I look at myself in the screen and I think I might be. Anyway, just drinking my Volvic like the bodybuilder I am. I don't remember where I was up to, which is quite the problem. I gave him my notice. I remember where I was up to now. I gave him my notice, and then a few events just happened over sort of the past few days and things that made me make the decision ultimately that I needed to leave sooner rather than later. So I pulled the pin. And I left my PT job, and I had to get in touch with all my clients and say, hey, I just need you to know we're not doing this anymore. Obviously, I didn't word it like that, and they knew that I'd been really, really sick anyway, so I had to cancel a lot of clients. And I'm so fortunate that the majority of my clients are coming with me anyway. So they'll still be training in the gym, but they're now my online clients because for them it's more cost effective and they get so much more out of it. I mean, yes, they're not seeing me and, you know, my beautiful face and my great jokes all the time, but online coaching, you get so much more because it's not just, all right, here was the 1 hour workout, I'll see you next Wednesday at 4 p.m. It's actually like, no, we're going to structure this. We are going to have this workout for you because it works well for these goals you might have. We're going to sync it with your fitness watch. We're going to look at what you're eating. We're going to look at how you're feeling. We're going to implement tasks like reading every day, making gratitude lists, and all of these things that I'm so damn passionate about. I get to do that every single day now. And sometimes you just know when the decision is the right decision for you. It's gonna free up a hell of a lot of time for me as well because I was doing some gym floor shifts. Breathe, Amy, keep it together. So I can't talk to anyone today. Okay, I'm good. I just have more time back now to give to my clients, to give to my business, to give to my little hobbies like making YouTube videos, making recipes, and spending more time traveling and exploring. And I don't mean big traveling. I mean, I would like to get to somewhere in Europe again, maybe early next year. I was going to go to Krakow at the end of November, but it's just not going to happen at this minute. Mostly, this sounds really pathetic, right? I'm a bit sick of traveling alone. I've done it now since I was 17, really. I mean, I moved here obviously with my mum, and then in my past relationship, we went to Singapore and a few other places in Australia together. But apart from that, within 10 years, everything I've done has been on my own. It gets a bit boring sometimes. So I'm just waiting to meet the love of my life and then we can go traveling together. But anyway, for the rest of this year, I have intentions of going to other towns. I've been to a few of them, but not for very long, like Leeds, York, Bakewell. These are all places that are quite close to me. Maybe going to Birmingham. Apparently in Birmingham the Christmas markets are really nice, and I want to try and get to as many Christmas markets as possible this year. That's my intention because I actually get to celebrate a proper English Christmas this year, and I'm so excited for that. I think I may need to wrap this video up just because my voice is not playing ball right now. So I need to go rest it a little bit, drink more hot lemon water. Probably drinking cold water wasn't the best idea in retrospect. That's my word of the day. But I wanted to make this video just, I guess, announcing that I'm gone fully online again. I feel not guilty, that's the wrong word. I feel nervous because the online coaching space has a little bit of a reputation at the minute. But at the end of the day, I had to have a big chat with myself, and I know I'm very good at what I do. I know I'm a very good coach. There are a lot of bad ones out there, but I know I'm one of the good ones. And so I'm gonna go forward with that knowledge and that belief and that privilege that I get to make an impact on so many people's lives for good, you know, and I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, if you managed to get to the end of this video, congratulations. I'm gonna go rest my voice. I'm hoping there are more interesting videos to come because, as I said, I do wanna do a lot of exploring, and the best way for me to enjoy that is through recording it. So I shall see you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe for more. Of course, my camera would cut me off just at the end. What was I saying? Yeah, subscribe, follow, comment as well. Comment, please. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a chat, because this has made me really nervous to film and upload this. And I will see you in my next video.